That was really a hard-fought game. We thought coming into the game, Alabama was just terrific defensively, and we figured it would be just a game that's had to be won in the trenches. And we talked about trying to play a determined 40 minutes, and we had to do that to beat a good Alabama team. I mean, they really guarded us. We couldn't score, but we guarded them also, and that certainly was the difference in the game. Our defensive rebounding would allow us to win.
Mark, how big was Marcus's defensive play these last two games with the block shots, defensive rebounds?
Marcus Thornton, as much as he's been through with 3 surgeries, he deserves success, and we don't win without him. I think he was underappreciated before with his defense and rebounding, and I think today you see how valuable he is, because he was a significant part of this win.
How about Kenny G getting unleashed there for wild 3-pointers?
Yeah, he got hot in the first half and really, shot the ball in well. It took us a minute to solve their zone, but once he got in the groove, it was good to see him, shoot it like we know he can, and that was big for us. It allowed us to build a lead, and then I think he, as just a sophomore, I think he thought he could get 40. He took some shots in the second half where we need to put the reins on him a little bit, but he needs that experience, and it was great to see him have some success.
Mark, just talk about following up the win on Wednesday with a victory today, and how important that aspect of it was.
Well, we talked about that with our team, that we could throw away Wednesday if we came out here today and laid an egg, and so we talked about that, and I was really proud that we backed up Wednesday's win with another one, and we had a great crowd. Our crowd, 5 minutes ago in the game, they're making a run, and our crowd lifted us up. Our crowd lifted us up, and we really appreciate that.
How'd you feel about the way you played down the stretch? Obviously, they were trying to get you put you on the line and stop the clock, and you made enough, but not as many.
We didn't make them all at the line. I don't know. The last 4 minutes might have been all free throws. It might have been all free throws. Well, I'd have to look at what our percentage was there. I think that we had timeouts if we needed them. Made a couple of young plays. That's the first team that's really pressed us like that. And Brandon made a play. They jumped the pass, and nobody was there. It had to land and traveled. And Charles turned an ankle and fell over and traveled. But we handled it okay. Not perfect, but good experience for us.
Who's been your biggest leader on offense this year?
Well, Charles Mann has been, as a point guard, given us very good leadership during the game. Nemi and Marcus as upperclassmen have given us leadership that we probably haven't had for a couple of years.
Mark,
to win a game like this when you don't shoot as well as you guys would like, what does it say about kind of a gritty type one like this?
Well, Mark, I think that I've been very critical privately and publicly of our defense and rebounding, and tonight it was really good, and they deserve credit for digging in and doing the dirty work. You need to be able to win when you don't shoot it well. I didn't think we played very good, with very much maturity offensively. I think we took a lot of early shots that we could have turned down, especially to start the second half. But it's rewarding to see that we've made progress in those other areas.
And what did you think of the rebounding today? You had the edge for most of the game. Did you think that was a big key?
Well, we didn't early. We evened it by the half, and then we won it in the second half, and I thought that certainly was a big part of it.
How important was Corral and Relaford today? Obviously, he came in a huge score.
Well, he's a. I don't know what he ended up with. They probably got his average because he was really good in the second half. We did a nice job in the first half. It's one of the reasons we were ahead. He's a terrific player, and a guy like that that's having a year like he's having, you're not going to shut him down. You only hope just to contain him a little bit. I think we held him up 1 under his average, but we forced him to work for it. So he's going to have a lot of really good nights, and we're fortunate tonight that he didn't make a few more.
Is that man on him most of the time?
Charles did a lot of work on him. They had a little bit of Brandon Morris, who did some switching there late. So a lot of guys chipped in, but most of it was Charles.
And talk about your perimeter defense. What was the real focus out there as you were guarding out on the edge?
Alabama's, Anthony's done a great job with their team. They've got a really good team, and they're athletic, they're fast. They're built like defensive backs. They're a good perimeter group. And really, for us, we wanted to try and slow their transition game some, and that I thought was really important.
Time for one more question.
2-0 is Georgia basketball's best SEC start in a while. So what's going on in that locker room that's kind of moving momentum here?
I don't know when the last time we were 2-0. I don't know really not to say I don't care, but what's important is the next game, that we continue to grow as competitors, and that we grow as a team, and that we go down there and give ourselves a chance to win in Gainesville. And we've made progress, and we've learned through adversity. This is the first time I thought we've handled success fairly well. But now we got to keep moving forward and keep trying to get better, because we can really improve as a team.